All right. Well, Faith Isreal, we're so happy that you're here tonight with your expertise and knowledge. And we said we were going to talk turkey, but I don't know what you do with the turkey in a blender.
Oh, no, we're not going to use the turkey in the blender right now. So I thought we're going to talk about how to remix your holiday meals. And so we're going to start off with something that you will have for breakfast, which is a smoothie.
You know, and that's the way so many people, and particularly children, like to start the day.
Yes.
So I think this is perfect because in the holidays we're not quite so rushed, and we've got time to do something fun.
It's fun and different because this recipe calls for cranberries.
Well, we said it was going to be holiday-ish, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
So this is quick and simple and easy. So I have half a cup of cranberries. We're just going to dump those in.
And I think, now are these frozen or just?
These are frozen,
okay.
yes.
That's going to make it cold so we can enjoy it.
Cold.
Okay.
We have one apple that's been chopped.
And you've left the peel on so we get those nutrients and fiber from
Extra
the peel.
fiber,
Good,
yes.
yeah.
And
it's going to add a little more color to it.
It
That pretty
definitely
red
will.
apple.
We're going to have about a half a cup of fat-free plain yogurt.
Okay, not sweetened, fat-free.
Not sweetened.
Okay.
We're going to just dump that in. And then we're going to have a little bit of cinnamon, if we can get that, some honey, if we get that to fall in, and a little bit of water. If you can grab that and just dump that in, it's about 2 teaspoons of water.
Okay. And that's it?
That's it.
Well, that's pretty easy.
So we're going to put this on, and we're going to blend it away.
They always do that.
Yes. Don't you just hate that?
It's those frozen cranberries you've got in there.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to try this again. And then, but meanwhile...
You know, when it's live TV, nothing ever works the way... At least the electricity came on. You know, we could have... Yeah.
Here's the pie. Well, how about this, Amanda? We're going to save this for dessert.
Let's do that.
Yes.
Okay.
And then move forward and go with our lunch, okay?
Okay.
All right. We're going to come back to this one.
All righty.
All right, and I'm going to actually grab the turkey.
Okay. It does smell good.
This would be like you're having your Thanksgiving leftovers. All right.
Now let's talk some about safety in turkey.
Correct. So turkey safety is very important. So you can kind of start when you're getting your plans together and you're going to the grocery store, making sure that your grocery store visit is the last visit of the evening before you come home, because you don't want to have your food out in temperatures that are above where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's not Minnesota, it's South Carolina.
It is.
And a car can get very warm.
It can get very warm.
Okay, so last trip. And so I've got, some people have a fresh turkey, but mine is frozen.
Okay.
And generally that's what I have. So I'm always concerned about when should I start thawing it?
Great. So there are 3 ways that you can thaw a turkey. So it depends on the weight in pounds. So you can thaw that in the refrigerator, in some cold water, or in the microwave. But the refrigerator option is preferred.
Is that heating up?
Yes,
it's
we have heating up. So this is a dish.
So those are the things. Okay, I'm just reminding my producer that you have started cooking. Yeah. Okay. So how do you figure out? Is there a chart that will tell me how long it's going to take to thaw depending on the weight?
Great, yes we do. On the HGIC website you can find information on how to prepare your holiday turkey from refrigerator to thawing out to cooking it as well.
Okay, and if it gets thawed a day or 2 ahead of time, as long as I keep it in the refrigerator, and the refrigerator is?
It's good for 1 to 2 days in the refrigerator, all right, as long as your refrigerator is under 40 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay,
yes.
And you're very careful because you don't always trust that refrigerator dial. You have your own little thing you can check things with.
I do. I have a refrigerator thermometer at my house, and it lets me know what the temperature is inside. And so I have some displays of different ways that we can be safe with our food here.
All right.
So our refrigerator thermometer, and also holidays is about traveling and going to family and friends' homes. And so you might be cooking in a kitchen that's not yours.
That's true.
So you don't know if their oven temperature is correct. So this is an oven thermometer that you can use.
Okay, and you just hang it in the oven.
You just hang it in the oven on the rack. And then also you have your thermometer that you use to check your turkey.
Now to get an idea of, I know you're going to check it and you want it to have an internal temperature of?
165 degrees Fahrenheit.
And you stick it through the thickest part of the breast or the thigh or the leg?
Yes.
Okay.
So the thickest part, just pop it in and make sure you're not touching the bone.
Oh, okay.
And let it sit about 5 seconds before you get you a good reading.
Okay, all right. Now, to get an idea of how long to cook the turkey, so you know when it's going to be prepared, a turkey that's stuffed is going to take longer than one that doesn't have the dressing in it.
That's correct.
So do y'all have some information on that at y'all's website as well?
We absolutely do. We have a chart for those who like to stuff their turkey and those who do not wish to stuff their turkey.
Okay. And then after the meal is over, I need to get that turkey back in the refrigerator.
Right.
If it has the dressing inside of it, should I remove the dressing?
Remove that dressing out, package it separately
All right.
in a tight container to put in the refrigerator.
Okay.
So if you're going to put in your leftovers in the fridge, keep it for 3 to 4 days. If you're not going to eat it, go ahead and freeze it.
Okay. Now, I've got all this turkey left over, and we had turkey sandwiches yesterday, and now the children say, I don't want any more turkey sandwiches. And you've got an idea of something that they will say, ooh, Mama, let's do that again.
Yes, we have turkey tostadas with cranberry chili dressing.
Yum.
Something different. So
And
already
again, you're using the holiday themes.
holiday
Yeah.
theme, we're going to use our leftover turkey, and we're going to be using the cranberries for our dressing on top.
Ooh.
Okay, so you don't have to buy it; just pull out those leftovers. In my skillet right now, I have some garlic and some poblano pepper, some
Ooh.
mild
Oh,
pepper.
how wonderful.
So we have that
I
sauteing
love
right
the
now.
poblanos. They're a little bit, they're not like a regular bell pepper, but it's not like a jalapeno.
No, it's not.
And this is going to have a little bit of zip to it.
It will.
Okay.
It will. So we have that cooking,
Yes.
and then we're going to go ahead and dump in our shredded turkey.
All right.
Just
We've got plenty of that because
Plenty of that.
we always have plenty of turkey.
and then our green peppers as
Yes.
well. So this is going to be like a whole meal, actually. We have our vegetables in there, and then we also have some black beans.
And beans are so healthy.
Yes.
And, they have so much fiber, and I think we all ought to try to incorporate them into our diet. And I think black beans have a delicious flavor.
They do. I tend to meet a lot of people who don't like black beans, but I say just try it a different way.
Oh, I think they just need to try them. And Pat McDaniel in our office makes this wonderful Clemson dip that has black beans and corn and lime juice in it.
Okay.
Oh, it's just wonderful.
All
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So we're going to let that cook for a few moments, but we're going to have to prepare our salad that's going to go with this.
Okay,
So you
can
pull
I hand
that
to you?
over.
Certainly.
And then I also have some cilantro leaves right there. We're going
I
to
love
just dump that in
cilantro.
there, and we can just toss that for me,
Okay.
please.
I'll be glad to.
And this is with a corn tortilla, so we have those that were warm. So
okay.
that's it.
And that means if we've got people in our family who aren't tolerant, have gluten intolerant, this is something that they can really enjoy.
That is
And I
correct.
think the corn has such a good flavor, don't
It
you?
is,
It's
it
a little more
is.
flavorful to me than the flour one. All righty.
So, and then we're going
And
to
so
actually...
you've got those here. You've warmed them up and wrapped them up in foil.
Yes.
Okay.
So let's take one of these out
All right.
and put it on our plate. Now, there's two ways that you can kind of make this dish.
Yes.
So you can go ahead and put your chili cranberry sauce on top, or you just drizzle. And one thing I failed to mention, to make your chili dressing, all right, you're going to put your whole cranberry sauce in a pot,
Yes.
in the skillet, heat that up. You're going to put some balsamic vinaigrette, chili powder, and some cumin.
So it really is going to have that Latin pizzazz to it.
Right, right.
Wonderful.
So I think I'm going to go ahead and dump this in as well.
Okay.
And
I think the more you can do ahead of time, unless you've got some super picky person, and I'm hoping for you don't, because they can be such a nuisance. It just makes it easier because your people are going to be kind of assembling these, and it'll just flow faster the more it's prepared, don't you think?
well, I agree.
Okay.
I agree. And it's cost effective. You see, you have your turkey left over, you have your chili
Cranberry,
cranberries left
and what do you
over.
do with leftover cranberry? This is just wonderful to learn something to use it for.
And now what we're going to do, we're just going to take our salad.
Oh, so we're going to this is going to be like a full meal.
A full meal.
Everything's covered.
So in this, we have some carrots, we have some radishes, of course, a cilantro, and then we have some red cabbage.
Isn't that pretty? The red cabbage really adds some color, doesn't it?
That is.
All right, so we've got that going.
And that's it. So we just let this cook for about 3 minutes. It's already mixed up. We're just going to place this on top, and that completes the meal.
Okay. Okay. Well, I think that it's about where it's supposed to be, so we'll go ahead and top it up.
And so again, keep in mind that to keep that turkey at 165 degrees Fahrenheit, because we want to have fun and not any holiday sick meals.
That's true. Now you've got a display over there that says clean, separate, Why don't you run through that, because it sounds like that's probably important.
Again, this is our food safety standard, okay? You want to have clean utensils, clean workspace, food, clean hands, all right? This foodborne illnesses can spread through your hands.
Yes.
So you want to, again,
It's
have
that time of
fun.
year. Yeah.
So clean, okay? You want to separate your foods, make sure
Yes.
your raw foods are under 40 degrees Fahrenheit,
All right.
okay? And then you want to cook to the proper temperature.
And that's why we really do need those thermometers.
That's correct, because you can't guess. You can't look at this turkey and say, oh, it's done.
Yeah, okay.
So check that temperature. Again, it's 165 degrees Fahrenheit. And then you want to chill it properly, okay, within 2 hours.
All right. Well, we will come back at the end of the show and run that whizzer some more.
Yes, we
and see if
will.
we can get that to go, because we are, we'll just pretend that we're making our holiday toast.
All
And,
right.
here's to food safety.
Yes.
Oh, yes, we've got a little surprise for you. Faith was a 4-H agent in Sumter, and she just loved Terry Sumter. Well, we all love Terry Sumter.
Yes.
And we have a little picture of you that we're going to show.
Oh my goodness! You did not.
Just as lovely then as she is now. And Terry said she was just an outstanding 4-H student, and that we are so thrilled that you now are a part of the Clemson
Yes,
team.
I
And
adore
we
her.
love having you come to see us here at Making Us Grow.
Yes, pleasant
All right.
surprise.